is Miranda, and today I'm here to react to Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne, which is a new romance book that came out this month. I love this book, guys. I was super intrigued to read it because obviously Sally Thorne, I read Hating Game and really loved it, and I'm super excited for the movie that's coming out. And then her next book, 99% Mine, which I think came out 2 years ago, or I think 2 years ago. I didn't like that one as much. It just didn't connect with me, the characters. I felt like a lot of the tropes were very old-fashioned and not like the modern kind of romance I am used to and want. So for this one, I was really interested because, like, obviously she's got 2 books. One I really liked, one I didn't like. But they felt very different, you know? Like, it didn't feel like she was just rewriting the characters and the plot of Hating Game in 99% Mine. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll like Second First Impressions. Let's give it a first impression, if you will. And I am so glad that I did because I really loved it, guys. What I saw in a review actually on Goodreads that I really actually liked and agree with is that all 3 of her books feel very different. And I've said before that I think one of the most impressive things as a writer is when someone can write different books and they all feel different, not just character-wise, obviously, because you want a different character, but tonally when they're different. And I feel like this was definitely, along with her other 2 books, different, you know? So it's about a girl named Ruthie who works at a retirement home, kind of villa where they like take care of old people. And at the start of the book, she meets her love interest for this, and his name is Teddy, and they have kind of a miscommunication, misunderstanding when they first meet. So to get back at him, she gives him this job at the place she works at that's super impossible. It's like basically like the assistant slash care person for these 2 old women that just have huge demands and like messing with people. So she kind of messes with him and is like, hey, if you want a job and you're gonna have to prove that you stick around and really need the money, I'll give you this job that everyone has quit at past like a week, like no one's lasted. It was just so cute, and I really think I connected with these characters outside of, you know, the other characters. But what's astounding to me is that all of her couples and all of her characters in each book are all so different. And that's what I mean about, like, tonally. Like, I don't think you could pick up this book and be like, oh, this is the lady who wrote Hating Game. And that's, like, a really good thing to me because it shows her versatility as a writer. And I think for me, I connected so much to this book. I found people that connected to 99% Mine related to Darcy, and I just did not. I thought she was a butthole. I, on the other hand, really related to Ruthie. She's kind of 25 and she's stuck. She's at the same job that she's been at for 6 years. She doesn't really know what like her dream is. She hasn't had a boyfriend in a really long time. She's not putting herself out there, and the whole like running gag is that she like dresses and acts like a grandma. Like she lives at this place that is, you know, a bunch of 80, 90-year-olds, and she is 25 but kind of acts like it and expects to be here basically for the rest of her life. And at the start, the temp that's working with her, Melanie, is like, yo, I have this method that is the best method. Like, guaranteed it will get you a date. It will find you the love of your life. Like, please let me do it to you. And after some needling and wheedling, Ruthie agrees. But when she agrees, Teddy is already there. So there's kind of like this whole thing of like her putting herself out there more. But then Teddy's there. And I just thought Teddy, like, I've never read a character like Teddy that's just so like bubbly and can make himself like fit in any situation. Like, I feel like I've read characters like that before, but the author always has to tell us like they fit in any situation, blah blah blah. Whereas Teddy like truly did. Like, he could just like sit on someone's couch and make himself comfortable, and it didn't feel weird or like I've just never maybe I'm jealous of a person like that because I'm awkward in any situation, and Teddy seemed to just like know himself and, you know, be comfortable. And I was kind of like, I think me and Ruthie were both like, we wish we were like this, you know. But I think he was really cool. He was like a tatted bad boy, but he's so goofy and a cornball that I think was so cute. And I think seeing him and Ruthie, it's not enemies to lovers like Hating Game. I would say it's more like friends to lovers, like become friends and have this like attraction between them. But obviously there's like this timeline of like he's planning to leave to open a tattoo shop, and there's also this ongoing thing where we don't know what's exactly happening to the place Ruthie works at because it's been bought out by Teddy's dad's company, and they don't know if they're going to continue it, or if they're going to like kick them all out and then bulldoze it to make condos or something like that. So there's this kind of sense of finality of like, oh, like people are leaving, like I shouldn't get involved with Teddy, like I don't want to get hurt, blah blah blah. But just the I laughed so much at their interactions, particularly Teddy. Like Ruthie is very funny, but I think what impressed me about her, she's one of those people that like she'll only say a funny thing when she knows it's damn funny. You know, like it'll kill. It'll be the funniest thing you've ever heard. So it's not like Teddy who's like saying something funny like every like 5 sentences, but when she says something funny, I was on the floor. Like, it's just, I love them so, like, I want them to be my friends in real life. Ruthie, Melanie, and Teddy made, like, this great friend group, and there's so many times where Ruthie's like, you know, I never thought I'd have a friend group like this, and I think that's what, like, everyone wants, is just, you know, people you can chill and relax and not be so strict and, like, work-oriented around, and it was just the cutest absolute thing. One thing that I really loved was, obviously, Teddy doesn't have a place to live because he's trying to raise money for his tattoo shop, so they move him into the cottage that Ruthie lives at because it's split, like, it's like a side-by-side, so it's 2 apartments, basically, but the walls are super thin in between, so there's this part in the beginning where, like, when he, like, wants to talk to her, he'll just talk through the wall, and I thought that was the funniest thing ever, because it's just, he's like, oh, what are you cooking? And it's just so cute and funny, and just, like, all the details of this place. There's also a subplot with these tortoises that are endangered that I really thought was really cool and nice and added, like, a good connection kind of at the end. You realize, like, what exactly these tortoises represent metaphorically for everyone, which I think was really, really nice. And it was just so, so dang cute. It's got me so excited for her next book because I just feel like I'm not gonna know what it is at all. And I think there's a really lovely author's note at the end that she writes about how writing this in the time of COVID in 2020 was obviously very daunting and different than any other book she has written before, and just life in general is very different. And she has this really nice story about how when she wrote this book, what she did was she changed her desk to face a different way. That just kind of like changed her perspective on everything. And what she sums up that I think is what this book is about is that, you know, changes can be scary. Obviously, they are scary, and it can seem monumental to have to go from point A to point B, but if you can break it down and just move inch by inch, step by step, like slowly but surely you'll get there. And I think that, as an anxious person, really resounded with me, because I think that's where I get, and I think that's where Ruthie got very bogged down, is like, how am I gonna leave behind what I know, the safety, and maybe I don't love it, but I know the reliability of it, I know it's, you know, what it is, I know what to expect, how do I do that? And then leave for something that's completely unknown that maybe I'll love better, but like maybe I won't, or maybe like I'll fail or something like that. And I think what you see throughout like her makeover, and then what also Sally talks about in her author's letter at the end, is that it just has to be step by step by step. So it's like little steps add up. So it's not like, and that's I think what Melanie's, you know, whole method is when she like helps her get a date, is that she's not like overhauling you. We're not changing who you are as a person. We're doing little things that kind of build upon who you are. And I appreciated that, because I feel like nowadays, like, you watch back in like the 90s movies and you always love the makeover scenes, but like they're kind of like, oh, you're changing who this person is. Like, you're putting them in like short dresses and like their hair straightened and stuff that like they would just never normally do, and like on an upkeep day-to-day level are they gonna do this. So I like that instead it was more like, we're gonna just refine who you are, you know, like we know you like this style, but we're gonna go for like things that fit better, you know. Like there was even a part where they were shopping and she found like a cute dress and Melanie was like, oh no, it's too short, you'll never wear it. And I thought that was nice, because it's like, you know, it's not like we're gonna force you into like wearing something you're uncomfortable with or doing something you're uncomfortable with. We just want to branch upon who you are, and I think that's just like a really nice modern message. And I think Teddy fit into that well too, of like, he had some moments where I was like, dude, like there was one time where she was talking about maybe getting her hair treated and he was like, geez, women have to do so much, like you guys don't have to do all that. And I was like, you did it, Teddy, you just solved liberation for women for everywhere, like what a man. But that was really the only part, and I feel like it was just in it was more heavy-handed in trying to imply that, like, you know, like, we're not going to change Ruthie, we're just going to, like, give her the tools to be who she really wants to be, which I think was nice. I just love this book, guys. I think it was exactly what I needed, and it felt like reading, like, a cozy, comfy novel, I think, because I relate so much to Ruthie, and I just loved it so much, so I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. If you have read the book, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down in the comments. Also, make sure this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!